Tell me your story. I know you started as a street basketball player, right?
Well, StreetBall is my so-called claim to fame. Everyone knew me for playing the StreetBall. I grew up in New York City, Queens, New York. Basketball is king in New York City. Basketball is everything to us there. And, so playground ball, a lot of summertime tournaments are outside, all the crowd.
So, hey, look who just dropped in, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Rafer, Alston, in the house. Woo.
Welcome.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, David, you get your basketball. What?
I can take him. I think I can take him now. He's 45. I think I can take him now.
You probably can.
Man, thank you. Thank you for coming on our show and blessing us today, brother. With you on the show, I want you to say hello to this young guy, this young up-and-comer. This is Rashard, Sporty Rashard. Rashard, you okay? You really look like you scared. You look like a deer caught in the headlights of a car.
No, sir. This is a legend on the screen here. I'm just shocked to see him.
Oh, man.
Pleasure to meet you.
You are a legend.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You have questions for him?
Yes, sir. I have a few questions for you. The first one, I was going to ask, who's your top 3 or top 5 ball handlers of all time? You can include yourself or anyone.
I'm definitely going to include myself.
Yeah.
But I would go with like Isaiah Thomas, Pistol Pete Maverick, Jason Williams, what we call white chocolate. The fourth one is tough. The fifth one is pretty tough because I have guys like, Tim Hardaway can handle the ball, Magic Johnson can handle that ball. There's so many great ones. It's hard to put them in order. But along the lines, but those are my top guys right there.
Okay.
And for Michael, I'm sorry, Michael's not in there. Mike Jordan ain't.
Nah, Mike Jordan was a ball handler. When you talk about top ball handler, he wasn't a top ball handler.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead. You have another question?
So for my last question, I see that you're a scout now. So I wanted to ask you, who do you think will be first in this year's draft?
Well, I just scouted for 3 years. I'm no longer scouting. What happens sometimes when teams bring in new management, they bring in their own team. So I was scouting for 3 years with the Minnesota Timberwolves, but not anymore. So I'm looking to catch on with another team, do some more scout work. But this year's NBA draft number 1, I'm leaning towards Cade Cunningham. But any one of those guys, like a Cade Cunningham, a guy like one of those guys that went to the G League right out of high school last year.
Green.
Yeah, Green and those guys. Because of the potential down the line for those guys, they're fairly young, so they have a lot of time and room for growth. So therefore, being that how talented they are, even if they struggle their first year or two, their upside is still high. As far as the guys that are in the draft this year.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for coming on.
Man,
I want to thank you, Sporty. I'm going to let you slide out. Leave us with a woo-woo. Rafer, stick around. Leave me with a woo-woo-woo, Sporty.
Woo-woo-woo.
Hey, man, he's a young guy, man. He coming up, man. This is his second time on the show. He's doing really good. That's Sporty Rashard. Hey, y'all, give me a little love to Sporty Rashard. Woo to woo-woo. Man, we're going to see you a little later, player. Wait a minute. I got to find out where your tab is so I can bring you to green room. Hey, so Rafer, really quickly, briefly, because I honestly, I don't know sports. And I almost feel bad saying that, but I don't know who's doing what is what. Tell me your story. I know you started as a street basketball player, right?
Well, StreetBall is my so-called claim to fame. Everyone knew me for playing the StreetBall. I grew up in New York City, Queens, New York. Basketball is king in New York City. Basketball is everything to us there, and so. Playground ball, a lot of summertime tournaments are outside. All the crowd is there. We grow up with street talking. We grow up with you name it. It's in the parks, in the playgrounds in New York City. And I was able to hone my skills and make my name through the ranks at the famous Rucker Park in New York City. With some of the likes like Julius Erving, Connie Hawkins. The list goes on. All the top street ball players that have played. I ended up making my way all the way to California for junior college. I went to Ventura Junior College first. Then I made my way up to Fresno State. where I finished. I played my junior year at Fresno State into the draft early, and I was drafted in 1998 to the Milwaukee Bucks. I ended up playing 11 years in NBA. Bounced around a few teams: Milwaukee, Toronto, Houston, Miami. The list goes on. So that's the short version. So
wow,
I played 11 years. I had a long career, man. From a guy that was so-called a street ball player to have played 11 years in the NBA, and I had a chance to play in the NBA Finals where we lost to the Lakers. God bless his soul. We lost to Kobe Bryant in 2009. It was phenomenal.
Did you have any memorable fights on the floor?
A lot of fights, man. And I embraced them.
But that's the Queens.
Yeah,
that's the Queens in you.
One thing about a lot of guys in NBA, we all come from different backgrounds, but they like some of these guys like to be tough when they know security is gonna break it up. So
but you would do your thing. Well, I am proud of you, because most of the guys don't make it from the street to the actual NBA, And you get in. How many different teams did you play with?
Man, I played with Milwaukee. I was drafted to Milwaukee. I played Toronto, Miami, Houston, Orlando, New Jersey. So about 6 teams.
Damn, you can't hold a job.
No. I can hold the job. I just can hold the job in the same city and state for long.
But you can play, baby. So what are you doing now with yourself?
Man, now I do a lot of coaching, training kids. Like I said, I was scouting for the last 3 years, but that job is no longer with me. But so now I'm doing a lot of coaching, training kids, a lot of speaking engagements. Man, I've been doing a lot of speaking at colleges, and I hope to move around to speak at group homes, things like that. So I'm just staying active, man, just staying with it.
That's beautiful that you're giving it back to the community, brother. Yeah. I really appreciate you. Is there anything you'd like to leave us with, Brother Rafer?
Nah, man, I'm excited to, finally meet you. Hope one day I meet you live in the flesh.
You will go. You with Sly Fox, man. They're my family over there, so you definitely meet me, man. We're gonna do things together.
That's so crazy. So in college, I used to always come down to LA, and sometimes I used to take Sly with me to a lot of events in LA. And this is in the 90s, 96, 97, 98. So, I remember it's so funny. See a lot of you guys are big stars. I remember some of the comedians I met, like, the D-Ray Davis, the guys was playing at the Improv and the Chocolate Factory. I remember some of these guys were roommates, man. Now these guys are big stars, man.
I'm trying to get a job from all them people you just named. That's right.
All them guys, man.
Well, you honored us today by dropping in and doing our show. Look at all them awards and things behind you. That's
my 12-year-old son. That's a trophy. I coach his team, so that's all his.
All that's your son's stuff.
Team. Some of it is just his personal, but some of it is the team. They 6th grade.
How old is he?
12 years old.
Oh man, I'm proud of you.
And my oldest son is still in California. He called himself a rapper now. He rapping though, but
I love it.
He's got a good following in the Bay Area and everything.
So I want to be one of the first to say Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
I'm proud.
Are you a father?
Yes, I am. I've been called a mother many times, but yes, I am a father. And I love my kids, and we have a great relationship. So I'm thrilled to meet you and to see that you're doing your father duties as well as your duty to society, brother. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming. How do people find you? Say if somebody wants to write you.
On Instagram, official Rafer _Alston.
Nice.
On Facebook, Rafer, my name Rafer Alston. And
you easy to find.
Real simple. I'm old school. I just keep it simple.
Man, me too. I still got my same phone number from Chicago, So hey, brother, leave us please with a woo woo woo. Woo woo woo. My man, 100 grand. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Rafer Alston in the house. Whoa. Thank you. Take care, King. I'll see you again. All right, that's Rafer.